For today's job, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the ignition coil and spark plugs. I'm doing it on my 2014 Cadillac CTS wagon with a 3.6 liter V6 engine. I believe it's the same for about 2008 to 2014. I'd say to verify application for your vehicle, and it'll be easy if you open the hood and it's different from what I'm doing. But it's kind of the similar concept. It's a pretty simple job. Just can take a while depending on what's around. All I did for this job today is a 3/8 inch ratchet, 1/4 inch ratchet, 5/8 inch spark plug socket. This is the one with the magnet in the middle. I definitely recommend the magnet. There are some with little felt pads in there. The magnet seems to be a lot easier. Definitely want to get a spark plug one though. You don't want to use a regular 5/8 inch deep well. You don't want to be breaking any of the porcelain on your spark plugs. 10mm open end wrench. This is just to get the negative battery terminal off. This is a 10mm socket. This is used for the bolt on the ignition coil and another bolt that we end up using, but you'll see in the videos. Various extensions, different lengths you'll need for getting into some of those tough places. And that is about all that I used. Like I said, pretty simple job. So let's get started. So the nice thing about the ignition coil as opposed to the plugs and wires is if you have an issue with one of your coil packs, then you just replace the one that's the problem. For me today, I'm doing it more preventatively. I got about 75,000 miles on the car. It's a little early, probably not completely necessary, but I'm getting a little bit of missing, a little bit of stuttering, so I'm assuming one of these is gonna be bad. So I'm just gonna replace them all while I'm at it. It's a pretty simple job. As for the spark plugs, I ended up going with the NGK ruthenium. I don't know much about them. This is the first time I'll be using them. Did a lot of research and kind of seems like they're pretty good quality. For this car, it's this is the part number 0.04 is the gap. I bought spark plugs that do not need to be gapped, so I won't be gapping them in this video. And the coil packs, I went with the Delphi. This is the part number for them. They seem to be pretty good quality, so we'll those are the ones that I went with. I got it all on Rock Auto. I've always found they have the best prices and the best variety and availability. If that helps, that's where I go to get mine. And all right, these are the parts. I showed you the tools, so let's get started. Of course, the first step on doing this job is taking all these covers off. I take this one off, take this one off, and this one off. I have another video on my page that shows how to do that. So I'm gonna take them off and we'll get started. We're gonna remove the negative battery terminal. This is a shortcut to it right here. Somehow mine is disconnected. My positive and my negative have never worked from this location. That's all right, I'll show you where the battery is anyways. So mine's a Wagon. If you have a Sedan or a Coupe, it's located, I'm assuming, in about the same area. But it's right here in this door. Go. And then this little nut right here, it's a 10mm. This is direct from the battery. I'll just loosen that. Mine's a 10mm ratcheting wrench, which I love. I'll pull that out. It's not loose enough yet. Oh. There we go. You see the power went out. We're good to go to the front. All right, now on this car, it's a little bit backwards in most cars. This side is considered to be bank 2, the driver's side, and the passenger side is considered to be bank 1. Mine is a 3.6, so obviously I'm gonna have 6 of the coils, 6 ignition coils, and 6 spark plugs right underneath. Each of the coils is a 10mm bolt that holds it in. So we're gonna have to remove this. You remove the bolt, then you remove the coil pack. Underneath the coil pack is gonna be the plug. You got one here, and then one back here. There. That one's here. And then on bank 2, the driver's side, you got a pack here, 10mm bolt. You got a pack ignition coil here, the bolt, and the ignition coil here with the bolt. A lot of GM clips nowadays seem very complicated, but they're actually pretty simple to get off once you know how. So for this one, for the coil pack, you're gonna slide this white plastic bracket back. It'll click. Then you gotta press right here. When you do, you'll feel it come loose, and the whole thing just slides right out. And it's actually pretty simple. This car has about 70,000, 80,000 miles on it, so it's pretty clean. Not sure if it has higher mileage, if it will or not, but it's don't let it intimidate you. These are really easy to get off. So next we'll get to the bolt. All right, so I'm gonna take my 10mm socket, the extension, and I'm gonna loosen it. Now for some reason, which might be what my problem was, this bolt was actually already loose. Once you get it loosened, it's just finger tight. Just get it out. Now my recommendation would be just do one at a time. Don't get all 6 out, go crazy. Because once you get it out, you're exposing your cylinder to the open air. So you just don't want to open all of them and leave them and forget them, or dust fall in there. I mean, dust isn't the worst. It'll burn out, but still. All right, and then just once that's out, oops. There we go. Once that's completely out, it really just comes right off. And there you go, you're looking at your ignition coil. Doesn't seem to be in bad shape. I'm gonna go ahead and replace all of them so I don't have to think about it for another 100,000 miles or so. And then, of course, inside here you'll see, there's your spark plug. We'll do that next. Now, to get the spark plug out, you're gonna take your spark plug socket and your wrench. You're gonna put it in the hole there. Now, you wanna be careful. You need to get it directly over the ceramic. You don't wanna break this thing. So we're gonna loosen it like that. It was a little bit tight. I pre-loosened it. It's hard for me to use 2 hands on this video. So you wanna support the wrench at the top and then push on this side with your other hand. That way you're not angling it and you can crack that ceramic. You don't wanna do that. All right. Now once it's loose, not quite yet. Okay, so as it loosened, it got pretty loose, so I just used this to loosen it the rest of the way. Carefully pull it out. Ta-da, there's your spark plug. Got it. All right, so we got the old spark plug out. Here's what the old one looked like. You can see it's a little fried, maybe a little bit of oil residue on there, but nothing too terrible. This is the OEM AC Delco. The one that I ended up getting, this NGK ruthenium. It all lines up, looks pretty good. I'll put that in. And then for the coil, the original one is this Denso, I believe. That is the OE brand. We'll see, this is the one that was loose. I'll compare it with the others. We'll see. The new one that I decided to go with is this Delphi. It looks a lot nicer, it's chrome. It's got all the rubber, the quality is good. So we'll go ahead and put this one in. Another one I didn't mention is they also say not to use any anti-seize on the threads. It's not required. So we'll put it in. As you can see, I've already got it in my spark plug socket. And we'll put it in. Same story. You want to be gentle. You don't want this thing to break in the cylinder. Make sure it's squared up. And then start manually putting it in. You'll know it's in right. It should screw in pretty easily. And then once you get a few threads in, you'll be able to take this off. And you'll know that it's in correctly. Okay, got the plug in, got it hand tight. Next I'm going to use my torque wrench. They say it's 156 inch-pounds or 13 foot-pounds for this engine. They're I was reading that the 2010 through 12, it's 15 foot-pounds, and the 13 and 14, it's 156 inch-pounds or 13 foot-pounds. Mine is a 14, so I'm gonna stick with the 13. Go. There we go. So I got it torqued down to 13 foot-pounds, 156 inch-pounds. If yours is earlier than 2013, I recommend 15, but verify the torque with your vehicle's application. Yeah, let's get the quote back in. All right, with the plug torqued down, next is the ignition coil. Put it in, same thing, be gentle, you don't want to break your spark plug. This is really not a wrong way to get that in there, especially since the bolt guides it down. Okay, once that's finger tight, we'll get our torque wrench. We'll torque it to the specification. Okay, now we're ready to tighten it. Now I was not able to find anywhere the torque specification for this. Everything on this car is 10 to 15, it's aluminum, sensitive. You don't need to go tight. I'm gonna stick with 13 like we did for the ignition coil. So we'll go ahead and tighten it down to that. There we go. All right. Now that that's tightened, give it a little wiggle, make sure everything's in there. It seems fine. And last but not least, we'll put in the electrical plug here. And you feel a slight click when it goes in. It was small, but it was there. So you just push it into the click and then fasten it using that. And we're all done. And then we'll go over to the next one. One thing I didn't mention off the start, which I should have, is you get a lot of dust around in here. Before you take it off, get some air somehow and blow it all away. That way you don't get any in the cylinder. All right, let's get the next one. All 6 of them are going to be the same process. I'm not going to go into extreme detail on any of them unless I run into any issues. If I do, I'll let you know. Okay, so I did run into one thing for the bank 1 coil pack here. This, I believe it's a purge valve. It's pretty simple though, because you have to be able to get this off to get the coil pack out. You know, unscrew this, use your 10 millimeter, same one that you use to get the coil bolt out. Comes out, once the bolt is loose, this just pulls out, you see that gasket, and we'll just set it to this. Okay, with that purge valve off, or whatever it is, I was able to get the coil out. The secret that I've found for this one, since it's underneath this brace, you just put the ratchet in. Oops, upside down. You just put the socket in like that without the ratchet on it. Put it on, make sure you have it on your spark plug correctly. And then just put your ratchet on like that. And then you can start to unscrew it from there. So I got that second coil on. I just wanted to show you how to put this back in. The gasket just clicks in. Kind of rotate it so you can get your bolt back in. And then tighten it back down. Same thing, not too tight. I don't have an exact torque again, but it wasn't in there too tight. I'm assuming probably about the same, 13 to 15 or so. Another line I'm gonna remove just for access to your coils is this here. Be careful, if yours is brittle, doing it like this might break, so you may need to take it out from that end. But I'm just gonna set it aside like that. And now I have access to it right there. Alright, so I started working on the front one here on bank 2. Just wanted to note, since it's pretty, with the angle of it, I actually ended up adding this extra extension here to take it out. It's still pretty easy, nothing too special about it. So just wanted to make a quick note on this one. So you could see it. All right, we've gotten all 6 replaced. Until they look much better. Don't forget to take this vacuum line that we took off, feed it back through and put it back in. Make sure all of your wires are clipped in, everything's torqued down. And then we're gonna go back to the back and we'll hook our battery back up. Put that on there and get a small spark. That's fine, that's kind of normal. Tighten it back down. See how the lights come up. Don't forget it's your 10mm. Get it in there tight. We'll start it up. Hope there's no issues. I started it up and it ran just fine. Didn't throw any codes, no issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all these covers back on it. And we are good to go.